In this video, I'm going to take you through the trading strategy which made me 5% return, risking only 1%. This is going to be a 6-step approach, so stick around till the end because I'm going to go in details through each one of them. So the first step is the higher time frame. In this case, it's the 1 hour time frame. It's very important to be on the higher time frame in order to know if the price wants to go higher or lower. We cannot determine that on the lower time frame. This is always determined on the higher time frame. Okay, once we understand that, everything else is easy because we are just looking for one thing, either long or short. Okay, this makes our trading so much easier. So first of all, we need to know where the market wants to go. We might be right, we might be wrong, but sometimes you're gonna be right, you're gonna make a lot of money, and sometimes you're gonna be wrong and you're gonna be limited with the amount of money you lose. And this is our edge as traders. So in this case, this is the 1 hour time frame. What I saw here is that this is the fair value gap right here. Okay, the price came here, and as you can see, it wicked down. It didn't close below this area. Okay, we are bearish as we can see, but we came here and we wicked below, took liquidity from here. Okay, there is no imbalance anymore, and we just wicked below it, so we took liquidity from this area. So my bias here was to go higher. Okay, there's much more to that, but I'm gonna keep it simple in that video. So in this case, this is like a turtle soup in ICT's terms, where it went below this swing low, it took liquidity. And now we're gonna go to our lower time frame and see if the price is gonna break any structure and give us any signs that it's gonna go higher. Now this is the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, I'm gonna go lower. This is the 5 minutes. This gave me more visual so I can explain it better. Okay, so this is an area right here which caused the last move to the downside, okay, which is the wick actually. But let's keep it simple. So we went above this area which caused the last leg down, which means that we want to go higher. Okay, when we understand that we want to go higher, then, which takes us to step number 3, is to identify the areas from where we can actually take a trade from. And in that case, let's go to the 1 minute time frame. And what I can see here, the price goes lower. Okay, as we can see, we come here and we break this area, and then we retest this one, and then we come here, we retest here again, we make an order block right here, and we break. Okay, now what we want to see is the price come back in order to and hold at one of these order blocks. Okay, we're gonna take it simple, so step by step. As we can see, now we made that failure swing, we came back, and we came back where? To this area. Okay, I'm gonna remove this so we can see it better. If you notice, we retested this area, this order block right here. Okay, and now we came back and we retested it again, which means that if the price wants to go higher, this has to stay respected. If it wants to go lower, then this will not be respected. And then this is our area of interest. Now step number 4, without just taking the trade, like just putting our entry here, we want, let's say, more confirmation. And when I was trading this, I told myself, okay, if the price comes back here, I'm gonna wait until it shows me some kind of strength, some kind of, it's gonna hold. Okay, so what happens? I realized that this was the candle. Okay, this was the candle which caused this leg right here. Okay, why? Because this was like buy to sell, buy to sell. There's a wick up to sell. I think if we go in the lower time frame, less than 1 minute, we're gonna see a buy to sell, but what we can work here is the 1 minute. So this is my area. This is what I identified. And I told myself, if we break above this, that means we are showing some kind of strength, that we want to go higher. Okay, that this will not hold, especially when it got violated. Okay, this wick violated this. Every time on the lower time frame a wick violates my order block, that means it's showing weakness. Okay, this will not hold. Maybe it held now, but it will be broken later on. Like, I've seen that so many times. In that case, after I saw this, let's go a little bit like that. After I saw this broke, okay, now I need to search for the area of interest which caused this to break, sorry. And from this area, I'm gonna take my trade. Let's see what I mean by that. So now we have all this area, okay? So all this area showed me the strength that we're gonna go higher. This area also held, okay? So now we have a couple of options where to take the trade from. We can either take it from the retest of the body, like that. We can put our stop loss either here or below this. That depends on you if you wanna be extra cautious or not, okay? Or we can actually take the trade from our area of interest, the first one, which is this, and we always put it one little bit higher because of spreads, and we're gonna got it below, and our target, we're gonna see it on the higher time frame. So this is up to you. What I did was take it from this area right here, okay, and I put my stop loss. First of all, I put my stop loss too tight and I got stopped out, and then I re-entered again, but we're gonna see what happened. I'm sharing everything on Twitter, so if you like to see it in live during the live market, just follow me on Twitter. It's a new account. I'm doing that for accountability. I'm gonna put the link below so you can follow me there, and I also have access to Discord. I shared this trade on Discord. I will show you in a bit. Let's keep going. Now this is the price. It came back, okay, and it didn't just like come back and go up, okay, it came back and it rejected this order block and this area so many times, as you can see. So if I put my entry right here, I would have get wicked in, like perfectly wicked in, okay. If the price goes below this area, that means my trade is invalid. I don't want to be in that trade, okay. Now, as we can see, we wicked like 3-4 times. So in that area, if you have your stop loss right here, you just need to wait, okay? And what's better is to go to the 5 minutes, because this is where my bias came from when we broke the structure. And then after I see this, I can go to the 1 hour. Why? Because the whole idea came from the 1 hour, okay? This will help you so much when you don't stick to the lower time frames. Just put your trade and leave it, okay? I have proof of this trade, so some people say that I'm making it up or whatever. You can check it on my Twitter and on my Discord. I even called it before it happened. So the price came here, we rejected, we went higher, okay? Now I'm gonna take you through a little bit like, okay, where's my target? So to be honest, targets are like, they are different for each one, okay? Everyone can put this target as they want. They can put the above the highs. They have some higher perspective. This is my monthly areas right here, you know. So I'm just gonna take you through the trade management right here because it's more important in my opinion. Here on the 5 minutes, as we can see, this area is holding very well. Okay, this is an order block which caused the price to go below this area, which means this is the strong area, and we got rejected here multiple times. So the price comes back here. I was on my 1 minute right here. So I'm up now, I don't know, 2 hour I guess, and I'm around here, and I shared in my Discord, if you can see. Okay, this was the trade I mentioned here for 102 area. I'm looking for longs. This was my entry right here, and I even mentioned here, we don't break here, I'm closing, which was, this is the area I was referring to, okay? And I mean by this area because it's holding very well in the 5 minutes. If the price goes below this order block right here, okay? So after this break, I put my stop loss around here, and if the price breaks below this, I'm out of the trade. If it goes higher, I'm still in, I'm holding. And this is what I wanted to see because the order flow is bullish. We want to keep going higher, okay? We want all the down candles to be respected. And As we can see, we rejected so many times right here. It took time in order for this to play out, but all signs were bullish. There was no reason to close the trade. Okay, every sign was bullish. There was no violation of any downside candle. Okay, so if this breaks, it gives you a sign, but this didn't break, so we went higher. Okay, we kept on going higher. When we reached this area, which is around here, okay, I was on the higher time frame, which is this area. In my case, I closed the trade because I was like four for around 4 or 5% up, and I was not feeling that well. I was tired that day, so I didn't want to hold for too long. I closed the trade here, although there was not much reason to close, but I just didn't want to wait for a retracement and then going higher. I wanted to take my profits, but I could have stayed in that trade easily, and it would have been like a really good trade. And I expected this to be a really good trade because we are actually changing trend. We are going from a bearish scenario to a bullish scenario, and this reversal was through a turtle soup, let's say. But if we take it step by step, as I showed you, it's very simple. Okay, step number one, the higher time frame context, what we want to see, where the price wants to go. Step number two, the lower time frame. Step number three, the signs that is giving us to go higher. Okay, step number four is return to origin and then seeing another reaction. Step number five, we see the reaction. Okay, step number six, it comes back to our area which gave us this reaction, which is this here. It came back to our area and we take the trade from here. Okay, so this was the whole idea behind this trade. If you find it valuable, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to join my Discord, please DM me on Twitter, follow me there for live updates. And if you enjoyed this video, then I'm sure you're gonna enjoy this one right here.